dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to give you love and a kiss on the cheek. Cotton candy skies like I'm stuck in a dream, and I've been feeling blue. You're the one that I need. Yo, what is up, guys? It's me, Shadow. We're back for another tutorial video. This week we're gonna be covering how to make a 347AIDAN type beat. I'm really excited for this video, man. I've been fucking with AIDAN for like a hot minute, bro. I found him on TikTok a little while ago. I think I found him first through his like the Live How I Want song or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but I've been following him for a minute, man. I'm really excited to get into this video. So before we start the video, I just want to say, guys, can we try to get 75 likes this week? I know that's a little high, but you know, that's gonna be the goal for this week, since I think this video has a lot of potential. I'm gonna say 75 likes this week. If you guys like the video, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I try to post these tutorials every Saturday at 6 p.m. Basically, if you don't know already, I try to do tutorial videos where I cover sort of like underrated artists that a lot of people are interested in and want to know more about, but they just don't really have tutorial videos out. Yeah, guys, one more thing before I start the video. I just want to quickly say thank you for all the support. You know, recently I hit 1K subscribers. We're still going. We're pushing past 1K. The support on the tutorial videos has been crazy, so thank you. I just wanted to ask real quick, if you guys watch this part, leave in the comments below if you want me to start taking these videos more seriously, like maybe professionally, if you want to call it that, with like a face cam, you know, like more editing, stuff like that. And I could do like different styles of videos, even like, you know, like challenge videos and like you know, like stuff like that, like more entertaining stuff, like you know, like less educational stuff, more fun stuff. You know, let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is set our BPM to 120. The reason I set it to 120 is because we're going for a more boom bappy 80s vibe for this beat. We're gonna make this beat in the style of Dancing in My Room. I think everyone knows that song because that's the most popular song AIDAN has out at the moment, I believe. So yeah, it's gonna be more of like an 80s boom bap style beat. So we're gonna set the BPM for 120. Now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna get into the sound selection for the beat. All right, guys, now that we have the channel rack open, we're gonna go over each sound that we selected. Pretty much every sound in this beat was used with the Ultimate Boom Bap drum kit. I'll leave a link in the description for it. I found it off of Reddit, you know, r/drum kits. Yeah, but anyway, shout out to r/drum kits. That's like the best place to find drum kits. Now we're gonna go into each sound and why I picked it. All right, so starting off, we have this. Why are the claps named this shit, bro? 07 clap 02 SP. All right, so first we have this clap 2. Then we have clap 10. Then we have clap 11. We have clap 15. Then we have shaker sad. What the fuck? Sad. We have hat 3. We have boom bap kit 57. What? Boom bap kick 54. I have this instance of expand that I didn't even use. Deleted. Then we have snare 10. We have what? Man, how do you even pronounce this? Then we have Ildmodo 18 shaker sad. And then we have PCP symbol 1. Woo! Yo, what is going on with my FL Studio? What? Alright, guys, now that we have the sound selection out of the way, now we're going to start breaking down how I actually made the beat. Alright, so starting off with the sample, I'm just going to say I didn't make this sample myself. I got it off of Looperman. Couldn't get it off of Splice because I'm a broke-ass bitch and I can't afford that shit. Shout out Looperman, that's where I get all my loops. So I'm going to play the loop real quick so you guys can hear it, and then I'll sort of go into depth about what I did with the loop. But the only issue that I had with the loop is those little stabs where it's like dun dun. It's just like slightly off tempo, I'm pretty sure. But that would be a lot of work for me to fix, so I just left it the way it is. As for the effects that I put on the loop, I used a fruity reverb. I think these are default settings. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I changed anything here. I added a fruity delay 3 with this time stamp. I don't think that's the right word. Levels, regular, all this stuff, default. I just turned this knob down a little bit, and then isotope vinyl. I basically turned the warp depth up a little bit, and then I changed the year to 1950 so that it's gonna sort of give it a like lo-fi 80s VHS effect. Alright guys, now that we're on to the drums, I'm gonna go through each pattern individually, but some of the patterns kind of follow the same pattern. I'm really bad at the English language, but yeah, like the claps, I literally layered 4 layers of claps, so I'm not gonna go in depth about each one of them because I just don't have to do that. But starting off with the claps, since it's a 120 BPM, it hits twice in the pattern, and it's gonna hit like this. That's pretty much it. So claps, really simple. Then I have the shaker pattern where I sort of did I think this is a 4-step, I'm pretty sure, and I just alternated the velocities to make it sound more like a shaker. So the second notes, every second note hits really low with the velocity, so it's gonna sound like this. That's pretty much it for the shaker. Then I have this pattern right here. Just about as simple as it gets for a kick. Like I said, boom bap is the vibe that we're going for. I could have done a little bit more for the kick, but in a lot of Aidan's beats, he doesn't really go for like anything too crazy. At least for like the more Claro style music that he makes. You know, shout out to him. He's only like 17. He could already make like fucking 10 different genres of music. Like that's super impressive to me. But for this style with the kicks, it's just the same kick pattern over and over again. 2-bar kick pattern, boom bappy vibe. Then we have the second shaker pattern that sounds like this. Same thing, alternating velocities, just a little bit less of the down toning on the lower notes. Yeah, pretty simple. And then the last thing for the drum pattern is the snare. This is what the snare is gonna sound like. This is just a pretty typical snare, you know, like the boom boom, like, you know, like that snare. You know, I did that in the last video, bro. Why do I keep like beatboxing to try to like teach you guys? That's not what I should be doing. Anyway, pretty simple snare pattern as well. As much as this might seem complex, a solid half of the drum patterns are just 4 layered claps. You know, it's not as intimidating as it might seem. If you want to make this sort of style beat, then just go for like boom bappy drums for that sort of vibe. Alright guys, now that we're done with the sample and the drum pattern, now we're going to go over the structuring that I did for the beat. As you can see right here at the very beginning, I did this little VHS intro that sounds like this. Now, don't be intimidated by all the automation clips. I promise this is not as complicated as it seems. Basically, what I did, right? So what I did was I put an isotope vinyl on the master channel, and then all the way to the left of the project, you're going to click Current Project, Effect, Isotope Vinyl. That is how you make automation clips specific to the functions of isotope vinyl. If you guys didn't know that previously, that's a little tip that's going to help you guys with, you know, like more lo-fi style beats or even regular beats. And I created an automation clip for the year and for spin down. What I did for these automation clips is right at the end of the intro, I just cranked the spin down all the way up because it doesn't really have a gradual effect. It just starts and activates. So turn that all the way up, and then as it's spinning down, I brought the year up. So I brought it from that more lo-fi sound to the less lo-fi sound. I sound like caveman describing this, but basically these aren't as complicated as it seems. You know, the spin down pretty easy, just crank it all the way up once you need it to activate. Something else I did with the year is when the verses come in, I brought the year back down so it could sound more vintage on the verses, like this. I wanted the verses to sort of stand out more than they normally would. Instead of just bringing the drums out, I also brought the year back down, so it's going to sound more VHS-esque. I did the same thing for the second verse as well. And as far as structuring goes, the intro is, I mean, normally I'd make the intro 8 bars, but this is a 16-bar intro just because this little like special effect thing that I did here. But basically what I did is I bring the drums in gradually, I bring the shaker in, and then I bring the claps in. I let my tag play, and then the beat is going to come in completely. For the first hook, it's everything except for the snare. The snare comes in on the second half, and then I drop the drums out right here on the second half as well. Nothing too crazy, but I just like to do little variations for my hooks so that they move a little bit more for the artist. Other than that, it's really simple. Each verse, I bring all the drums out besides the claps. Halfway through, I bring the shaker in, and then 3/4 of the way through, I bring the snare in, and then the hook plays again. The only difference in the second version of the hook is that the snare plays the whole time. Other than that, it's the same thing, and you could just copy and paste the verse again, and then I play the hook again, but it's sort of like a hook slash outro. And the last thing I do for the outro is I have a master volume automation, drag it off, and then all I play is the shaker and the kick, and the beat ends. As far as mixing goes, guys, I actually can't speak a lot about that because in this beat I did hardly any mixing. At the beginning of the video I talked about the effects that I put on the sample, but other than that, that's actually it. The master track does have an isotope vinyl so that I could play around with automations. There's a limiter too. Normally I take the limiter off of my beats, but just because this is like more of an 80s style, I didn't want, punchy. I didn't really want punchy. I just wanted like clean sounds. And yeah, a lot of the drums just unmixed, throw them in there, just make them, as long as they sound good to begin with, you don't need to do a lot of mixing. But yeah, guys, that's it for the mixing, not that much. And that's actually going to do it for the video completely. If you guys like this video, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. If you want to see more from me in this channel, then hit the subscribe button. Like I said, I try to post these videos every Saturday at 6 p.m. And yeah, guys, that's it. Have a good day or night. Peace.